Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I know it's one of the three no matter where you are in the world today. I am your host, Mr. B. Brooks, and I'm here with my main man, Mr. Dalen Che, and we are Visionary Voices. And today we have a very special guest, the project manager for Rebagged, Net Impact Student of the Week, and currently prestigious university candidate, Miss Izzy Ramos. What's up, Izzy?
Hello, everybody.
And I had to make it with my mouth because Dalen refuses to push the button. So
There's a button?
it's a button.
Oh.
But we got to program all that, though.
That's true, yeah.
So, Izzy, how's the day going?
It's been good. It's been good.
It's been good?
Yeah, tired, but good.
Sweet, sweet.
If you ain't tired, you ain't working.
You ain't
Right.
working. Right. That's why I feel energized. So, you ready to get started?
Yes.
We're going to bombard you with a whole bunch of questions.
I'm ready.
Okay? We need you to use really big words.
Okay.
All
I
right?
got you. I got
All
you.
right. First one, the project itself. Tell us about
Yes.
Rebag.
So Rebagged is Net Impact's environmental project, and we collect those single-use plastic bags, the ones that you get at Walmart. We melt them down and we turn them into reusable tote bags.
Oh, so y'all recycling the
Yes.
recyclables.
Yes.
I like that.
for
That's
sure.
what I'm talking about. So what inspired you to start Rebagged?
So for me personally, since a young age, I feel like I've been very environmentally oriented. So I've always kind of just been conscious of the environment and our current state in the world. But it was actually our VP of Finance, Miss Jessica, who pitched Rebagged initially. So I will give her credit where credit is due.
Shots out.
Yes, for sure. But yeah, I saw that project, I saw her idea, and I was like, this is for me. I'm going to do this. I want to make it something bigger. So yeah.
Okay. So why'd you focus on repurposing old bags specifically? Because you could have went with recycling cardboard and making
Yeah.
clubhouses, I guess. I don't know. But you decided to use the plastic bags that everybody gets every day. What made you use that?
Yeah, so part of it was just the sheer abundance of plastic bags. Like, I don't know a single person who doesn't have them just laying around their house. And I think about 500 billion are used
Ooh-wee.
worldwide per year, which is an insane amount. So
500 billion?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's definitely plenty of them to go out there and collect. And I also feel like it's just something people can conveniently bring in. They just have them laying around, so why not donate them to us? you know?
Why not? That makes sense. I like the idea. So it's a lot of other environmental initiatives out there. So
Yes.
what makes Rebag different from the other ones that's aiming to use to reduce plastic waste?
Yeah, so obviously there are those big corporations that do the same thing we do or do something similar, recycling plastic and making them into something reusable, something that people can use in their everyday lives. But I think Rebag specifically, we focus more on a sense of community and also a sense of, I guess, educating people. We don't want to mass produce these bags and sell them. We want to implement our strategies and our processes into communities and have them do it themselves, so it's sustainable. It's not just a one-time thing.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like, we don't want to do here. Y'all go ahead and take these bags. Yeah, I like that. So the environmental impact of plastic bags, like we're talking about recycling them and different things like that. Why are plastic bags such a significant environmental concern?
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like pretty much all non-degradable plastic wastes. They don't decompose. They just degrade into tiny toxins, and they poison our earth, our air, our soil, our animals. People don't really realize the sheer amount of plastic that they don't see, but it's still in the air we're breathing, and it's still on the soil we're walking on. So it just really embeds itself there and stays. And it's also a huge contributor to global warming.
Okay, so that gives it a real big impact also on wildlife and ecosystems as well.
For sure, yes, yeah.
All right, that makes sense. So, what are the key statistics? Like, can we get some stats about how plastic waste and bag usage that people might not really realize? We think we go to the store, I'm gonna go buy me a brisket, throw it in this bag, take it home and smoke it. I don't think about the plastic, you know.
Just throw it right on out in the street.
Right. Oh, the wind blew. I can't chase that bag.
Right. I know. I see them flying around everywhere. So I was reading about this study in 2015, and it was about 730,000 tons of plastic
Whoa.
bags were generated, right? And more than 87% of those plastics were never recycled, so they ended up in landfills in the environment. And I think that was such an eye-opener for me. I know that was in 2015, so we've since then made steps, but the sheer amount of plastic collected in one landfill, that can ruin multiple ecosystems. I feel like that personally to me was such an eye-opener, so I feel like other people as well.
So you talking about, how much you say, 730,000 tons?
Yes.
And you think about it, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds.
Yes. Yeah.
1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So multiply that times 730,000. Man. Yeah. Ooh, wish I had that in dollars. That'll work.
Right.
So how does the rebagging process work?
So step one, we collect the bags, obviously, and then we cut them down to where they lay flat. We melt them into like this thick plastic panel almost, and then we use a sewing template for totes. Cut the panel to fit the template, and then we just sew it together into a reusable bag.
And how long does that actually take?
It's kind of, we have to approximate, because usually what we do is we split the process into steps, and we're doing one step at a time, and we train one step at a time. But I'd say approximately about 2 hours to make like 1.5 bags.
Oh, okay. So like, what's the process like? You already broke down how y'all take them and you melt them down and make one big whole bag and everything like that. How do you involve the community in the process of upcycling these bags? And can you explain what upcycling is too?
Yeah, so the community, as of right now, we're currently just trying to spread awareness and try to collect these bags. We host workshops in the Anderson Center here at CTC. So I love doing those because we actually get to see the faces of people who seem interested in this and want to learn and want to be educated, and also who are going to be using our bags. So I feel like that is one of the most rewarding parts about community
The most rewarding part?
Yeah.
Well, he's smiling hard.
Sorry, I was like, I lost my train of thought. I don't know how to explain upcycling.
Well, I mean, the reason I asked like what upcycling is, because you know somebody's gonna hear recycling, and as soon as we say upcycling,
Yeah.
what's that? How am I supposed to do that? I don't know how to upcycle. So I had to kind of break it down for folks so we can kind of understand, because I had no idea what upcycle is. So, community involvement and support. So, how can individuals and local organizations get involved with Rebagged?
So, as of right now, it definitely is more so just keeping an eye out for us, bringing us donations, and just going on their own to educate themselves on the issues that we bring awareness to, things like global warming and how these plastics are affecting their environment around them. And in the future, we do want to get more involved in the community and actually, hosting workshops to teach people how to do what we do, because that's, I guess, the most sustainable way to go about it.
I like that.
Yeah.
So y'all, I mean, you train everybody that does it anyway, right?
Yes, yeah.
So that makes sense. So
And to your sorry to
Go for it.
interrupt you, Mary Books, but you're right. That awareness that you did, it was perfect, because when you told everyone had an impact about it, we all knew. We all got the same parents. Once you go grocery shopping, you get your plastic bags, you put it right on up in your pantry, your closet, wherever it is. You just have it in a big bin. So once you told us, we brought it in bulks, and y'all had bags for ever, and y'all made so much sustainability. And then when you brought it to CTC, you saw the same results. Everybody got bags. So that awareness that you did and how you went about it, it helped out. Because not only are those bags that we save up forever and ever and ever now being used for something else, you're making a product that works as well too. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen the bags, I've tested them. I put the heaviest item you could put in there, and they hold up well.
Yes.
The bags are legit.
And I do want to mention, we have been able to collect so many bags just from net impactors alone. And, expanding to CTC, we've been collecting slightly more. But imagine the potential of how many bags we could collect through doing this in a town, a city, a county. I feel like there's a lot of potential there.
I can see that. So, what are some of the challenges you face in trying to reduce plastic waste through projects like Rebagged?
One of the biggest things right now is just speeding up production. It is a very lengthy process, and only having a couple members here and there in our committee. I mean, we do have regular net impactors come in the office and help us too, but we all have classes. We're high schoolers, we're college students. We all have our own lives, so it's not constantly producing these bags. So finding a way to speed up that production process is definitely something we're working on.
I like that because I see y'all, man, y'all be working. Y'all be putting in the hours. I'm like, they're still in high school? Oh, man.
I know. I feel bad. It feels like a factory sometimes, but I swear I've had people come and tell me they enjoy doing it. So
Hey, as long as y'all enjoy what you do, it never really feel like work.
yes.
How can we encourage others to shift away from single-use plastics?
So one thing, again, as I mentioned, is just educate yourself, understand what these plastics are doing to the world around you. And then also a lot of it is just individual waste prevention. Sorry, I forgot the word. Individual waste prevention. Just practicing things like, recycling instead of throwing things in the trash, and reusables, obviously, and turning the water off when you're not using it, like being aware and, having a self-inventory of how your actions are impacting this global problem.
You sound like me in my house. Turn that water off. Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
Stop it. Pick that up. Get off. Get down. Yep, that's. See, everybody in my house be saying I'll be complaining. Nope, I'm protecting the environment.
Yes.
Doing my part. Yeah. So, what systemic changes do you think are needed to make a larger impact on plastic and waste reduction?
Well, as I've said, it definitely starts with the individual, but some things systemically that we can do, reducing production of single-use plastics. We stop making as much of it. There's less of it that's going to end up in our environment.
We already started with the straws, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, that's true. And we definitely have, like I said, that study that I mentioned earlier was in 2015. We've definitely taken steps in the right direction when it comes to environmental sustainability. But also promoting circular economics, so making recycling more accessible, having a recycling bin along with your trash cans. I know some cities do that, but I know in like Killeen and Harker Heights area, they don't really do it. So if you have that like right at your doorstep, why not use it? Making it super accessible for people. So if they're not doing it, that's really just on them.
And then, like, what are you doing with it anyway? You know what I mean?
Exactly,
take it down
yeah.
there. They even don't they still got places where you can go take them down there and then, like, they pay you for it?
Yeah,
also?
Sometimes they do, yeah. And I know some people, their thing is, I don't have time to do that. It's a lot of, But I think if you had a recycling bin right there and people would come collect it for you, it's like, there's no reason not to.
So for you at home, we keep reiterating, if you do, you do, because it's on each one of us. It's our stuff. We're using it.
Very much.
It's our stuff. So it takes a little bit of extra effort to just go and recycle it. That's it. That's it. That's all we ask you to do. And that's why we keep reiterating to educate yourselves, to learn this, to know about this, because this actually affects you and your future. Look at your grandkids. You're going to have kids and grandkids one day, right?
Yes.
Right. So how do you envision scaling this project to other cities and communities? Now, it's easy because, like, in college, it's easy, right? Because you got this teacher you can go to, you got this instructor, you got this group of friends, and this person knows that person. But now getting other people to do what you do.
Yeah.
Ooh, how you do that?
It's definitely just a really big thought. But I would love to see Rebagged go, by state, by the nation, implementing it into the cities, into the city halls, and having it be like a community activity, and having, just letting the cities implement it in the ways they think is necessary. But yeah, I mean, I've been told that, people come in and make these bags and it's therapeutic for them. And so it made me think like, wow, maybe these, our process can be implemented into, rehabilitation centers and things like that. And have people just work on it and they'll be improving two things at once.
Okay. Hey, you know what? How they say it? Two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
So taking action and how listeners can actually get involved. I know we touched on that a lot and everything like that. And so we need the listeners to understand. This is a passionate project that somebody is doing for the environment. They're not doing it to make money off of it. They're not doing it for recognition because it took us 3 months to even get it on the microphone. So this is somebody that's really passionate about what they do. So we keep reiterating that because we want you to have that same kind of passion because she works hard for it and she really believes in it. And her whole team believes in it. So we really want y'all to understand that. So with that, we're going to go into our final thoughts. But before we do, y'all heard me say it earlier that Izzy is about to go to a prestigious university. What university are you going to?
So I've recently committed to the University of Texas at Austin. I know it's a newly appointed Ivy, but yeah, I think prestigious.
What you mean? It's prestigious. Prestigious. It's prestigious, and prestigious. There we go. I say it right. Prestigious. It is because you worked hard to get there. You got accepted there. So what are you majoring in?
Chemical engineering.
Okay. Oh, you're going to be smart up in there, huh? Okay, you going to have Bunsen burners and beakers everywhere, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. What made you go into that?
Part of it was, working with the environment, just understanding, how the chemicals around us affect the air we breathe and, the things we touch. But also, I've been taking chemistry for like 3 years straight now. So I've learned I've grown a little passion for it. And it's also just a very, broad, degree major. So there's a lot you could do with it.
Okay, so no limits.
Yeah.
I like that.
You see how she connected them dots?
Right.
How she is in Rebagged, how she is with that degree?
Strategic. Look how I move. Watch this. Okay. I like it. I'm impressed because to see somebody moving that way at 17 is outstanding. And to see the workload that y'all carry is amazing. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you.
So what is the most rewarding part of running the Rebagged project? Because you could be on any project.
Yeah.
What makes it so rewarding for Rebagged?
I think it's definitely just seeing people who want to be educated and seeing people start to care, really. Especially at those workshops, we get to, be face-to-face with these people, we'll tell them, our mission, and then seeing people using the bags that we make, too. I saw somebody with a Rebagged bag the other day, and it made me so happy because it just means that, they're taking what we tell them, digesting it, and, contributing to a solution.
Beautiful. Now, one more time, for the sake of sounding repetitive. What is one way that people can get involved? Let our listeners know how to get involved. So now they can't say they wasn't told. They was told 3 times. Right. I count this being the 3rd time.
Educate yourselves. Do your own research, even if it's just a couple minutes a day for 1 day a week. Just understanding the problems that our environment is facing, understanding the speed at which global warming is accelerating and how, your everyday pollution contributes to that. It really helps you, reflect on yourself and reflect on your behaviors and your habits. And one person at a time. If one person starts doing it, everybody starts doing it. Then that's how we solve this global issue.
Beautiful.
And don't throw your bags out. Pick the bag up.
Yes.
Don't throw it out. Don't make it waste. Pick it up. Keep it. Recycle it. Upcycle it.
Exactly.
And we're working on getting stuff set around campus for people to drop their stuff off and do things like that.
Yes, yeah, we're working on collection bins and hoping we don't stop at the campus. I'm hoping we do it citywide.
All right, I like that. Yeah, put it on the street corner right there.
Yes.
Yeah. So as we wrap up, we reflect on how small actions like repurposing bags can lead to a large scale environmental change. Every effort counts. And through collective action, we can reduce our impact on the planet and encourage others to do the same. Izzy, it's been amazing. I've learned a lot. I'm telling you, I had no idea. 730,000 tons, not pounds, tons of plastic. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot when you even think about it. Daylon, you got anything, man?
I mean, she's already said it. She's awesome at everything she does, Oh. She's a part of Visionary Media Force, and, she's helped us out in more ways than she can know. When we need her the most, she's there. And then as you see what she does for Rebagged, she doesn't just put the work in. She tries to help it out for not just the next year, but the next generation, which is
Right.
a really big thing about her. And Izzy, when you get to UT, you know I'm going to be there because you at a SEC. So
Yeah.
that means I'm going to be out there supporting OU.
Okay.
I'm a Sooner.
Wait a minute.
I'll be
I
out
was gonna
there.
say I'll get you tickets, but
You going to Texas State though, bro?
yeah.
I mean,
I'll be around the corner.
you're a Sooner Lion. Is that what it is?
I'll be around the corner.
Or they Wildcats? I can't remember what they're called.
SEC for life. That's all I got to say.
SEC. I can't say nothing. I'm a Fresno State fan. Yeah, Mountain West Conference. We ain't even gonna talk about that. No, we not. But hey, we had a good time chatting with Miss Ramos. Like I said, it
Yes.
took us a minute to get her in here, but we got her.
Thank you guys for having me. I mean, it's been amazing having this little soapbox moment.
Soapbox moment.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be more to come because we trying to be around forever.
Yes.
You know, we're trying to make legacies here at Net Impact. And that's what you're doing with that rebag. You're making a legacy, something for when you graduate, somebody be taking that over. And that's the same thing we're doing here with the podcast, the same thing we do with Net Impact everywhere. Because if you're not making a net impact, are you really making an impact? You know what I mean? Are you really? Think about that. Well,
Let that sit on your plate while you wait for the next episode.
Right.
Yep,
Food for
yep.
that. Food for that.
so hey, check this out. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I know it's one of the three, no matter where you are in the world. I'm your man, B. Brooks, and I'm with my main man, Mr. Taylor Shea, and our special guest, Miss Izzy Ramos. We're saying, y'all have a good night.